And we're live. So yeah, welcome back to the Unova stream. Last time we left Doueven after the first badge, evolving into Servine. Did a little bit of grinding off stream, so the team looks a little better now. Just, level 15 for everything. Hopefully it's enough. But yeah, joined today again by AJ, who is our resident noob of Gen 5.
Cheers.
Hey, Tabby Scott, you remember Doueven, exactly. But yeah, we're still in the current. We're in the works of finishing up the Boulder Cup write-up. That will be completed soon, I think, right, AJ? And then we might have a stream either tomorrow or Wednesday to talk about that. But in the meantime, we'll continue our journey on the white version to try and get to know more Pokemon from the Unova region, and take a look at it from the battler's perspective. And we also have Honda here joining us tonight. I think last time we had Kakuna on as well to do some sims, but he's not able to join us tonight, doing some exciting stuff. But we'll just jump straight into this. Let's hope Qwertz doesn't lose to Bianca again. No, we're not gonna lose. Hopefully we don't have to battle Bianca anytime soon. But now that everything is powered up a little bit, should be better off. So yeah, AJ, did you ever play Gen 3 as well, or no?
Yeah, I played all the way up to actually Ruby.
So you did play Ruby. So you have seen like double battles in that. Because I think while I was doing a little bit of training, I encountered some double battles here in this grass. Well, not this one, but
in the wild.
In the wild.
Interesting.
So double battles in the wild. They actually expanded it even more. I think it was Gen 6, where you get horde battles, where 5 Pokemons pops up, and then you have to feint everything except for the last Pokemon before you're able to throw a Pokeball at it.
Oh wow. So like clusters. I think I've seen videos of that actually on
there we go. Yeah.
on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There's this guy that did a video on like how long it would take to
Shiny
collect
hunting.
all Spindas.
Oh, Spindas. Yeah.
Like the math behind it all, and he part of it was the multi-battle feature.
Right. And that's also a method that people use to shiny hunt as well, I think, because you get 5 times the encounters in one go.
So you can trigger this?
I can't here, but I think in the later generations you have higher odds. Quickly, at the understanding that I will sound like a noob, what is Unova? So Unova is the Generation 5 region. So Johto. My head is blanking on the first generation. What's the first
Kanto.
Kanto. I knew that. And then...
What a plebe.
So Gen 2
I thought
Johto.
I was resident noob, but I guess you are.
I just had a mind fart moment. And then Gen 3 is Hoenn. And then Gen 5 we have... Unova, which is actually based on New York City, if you look at the map of Unova. So
Certainly a lot more trees than in New York City.
that's true. I think it's just very loosely based on it, although apparently there was some, I think like there's a desert area that's kind of where Ground Zero is, so that's kind of sketchy. So yeah, we're just continuing Doueven's adventure. We picked Snivy as our starter and evolve it to Servine right at the end. I think we nickname it our name is Doueven, and then the Pokemon's name is PvP Bro, which is quite fitting. And I think last time, while we were when we caught this Blitzel, this electric zebra thing, its moveset is horrible. But now we've got ourselves a Shockwave move, which I don't think it's a move in Pokemon Go yet.
Nope, not Shockwave.
Not Shockwave. So I think last time around we were talking about, potentially new movesets being added for, with better stats than movesets that we currently have. Because right now it's kind of a very clean understanding of what moves are good. Thunder Shock good, Volt Switch bad kind of thing. We wonder where they will put up, if this move get added as a fast move, where does it stand stat wise. We don't have a hard hitting electric move, which would be interesting. Anyone else hyped for the 2019? Yeah,
hitting fast electric move or fast ground move would definitely shake things up a bit.
Leviathan Blue is asking, is anyone else hype about the 2019 championship? So that's a great topic. So when we do these streams, when we're it's a little more chill and calm, we can talk about all sorts of topics. Definitely the 2019 championship, especially from the announcement today. Well, how do you feel about it, AJ?
I'm super excited, and I'm even more excited that King got invited.
Right.
I think he appeals to a really wide audience. He appeals to the more hardcore types that are trying to get a lot of information out. He's done a lot of effort to bring the community together, and sometimes even sacrifices opportunities for himself just to grow PvP for everyone. So I'm really excited for him. I hope he wins. I hope he gets a lot of recognition for what he's done, and it's just awesome. It's awesome to see the Pokemon at large community now maybe taking a little bit of a look at PvP.
Exactly, and being on the same level as like the main series games in the VGC and TCG and Pokken, that'd be pretty awesome. And Pikachu dropping a bit before heading out, super appreciate that. Was hoping that you guys might have been invited to Shoutcast, says D Master Lance. Ooh, that would have been fun. AJ, what would commentary for a Pokemon a Pokemon sanctioned event sound like? How does that sound like?
Man, streaming would be fun, but also you got to think that there's like bigger names out there. So from their point of view, they just want to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible. We're happy to help wherever possible. I think it's just going to be cool to see Pokemon Go featured in like the other, like in the big boys, quote unquote, right? So there's going to be the VGC, there's going to be the training card games are still like pretty big, right?
It's huge. It's still very big, yeah.
So I'm like kind of oblivious to a lot of that stuff. And so, like, I didn't even know this convention thing was happening until the
until today?
Go announcement. So,
interesting. Speaking of King, there he is right now. Congratulations, King, on being invited to that awesome event down in DC in a few weeks' time. So the thing is, I'm out here in the DC area, and we were thinking about how we can bring Pokemon PvP to that event. We did have actually a local person try and contact the organizers, and I don't think it went very well. So we were just about to organize a Mirror Cup, like near the venue, near the World's Convention Center, which is still going to happen. But now that we have a PvP event in the convention itself, that's so awesome. And Kiang being in the center of it, it's definitely exciting.
So I'm going to pose a question. I'm going to pose a question, and you need to be careful about your answer. How do you think Masuda-san and Morimoto-san will perform?
In the battles itself?
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting to see. So, in case anyone didn't know, 8 battlers will be duking it out during this invitational, including Kieng, 6 content creators, and I think it's Morimoto himself, right? Yes, Mr. Morimoto himself. So. And 1 lucky guest. So if you haven't signed up for it, you can still put in an application to have a chance to being invited to that tournament. But yeah, how do you think Morimoto himself will be doing compared to the hashtag battlers who've been playing the Sylph rules for quite a bit now?
Admirably.
Will he miss any bubbles?
You know, how much time does a guy like that really have to, actually play the game?
Exactly.
I'm sure like he's better than someone that, like, I'm sitting next to my wife here. If she were to grab the game now, she'd probably have no idea, but he probably knows about the typings and stuff, like, so he's got like a better grasp at Pokemon than someone who's never touched it before. And maybe he has more knowledge than we'd think. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see that for sure.
So, Kiang is saying that battling Masuda would be an honor, but if I remember, it's Morimoto and not Masuda himself, right?
They're both going to be there. They're both competing.
They're both going to be there, but I think in terms of competing, I think Morimoto was the one that, the head of Game Freak itself is going to be the one that's battling, I think.
I think it was a little unclear because it said they would both be alongside the competitors.
Wow. That'd be pretty cool.
And I have to think of it as these guys are the analytical types, and I just wonder if you've got the designer of the Pokemon games, even though he may not have had practice up until now or not much, I mean, just think how he might approach practicing and preparing for something like this. I think he would go all out and want to compete it as, the best he could.
Oh wow, so it's both Masuda and Morimoto, you're right, that's pretty cool. So King just posted a list of all the people who are invited. Unlisted Leaf, who I think does like YouTube videos for the Pokemon trading cards. Strawberry 17, I'm not sure how much Pokemon content they do, but that's pretty cool. Yamada, who's huge in Japan. Poke AK, King himself, and one lucky fan.
Do you know if it's declared 6, or is it just any 3?
That's the thing. I don't think we know too much about that from the announcements, but I think some people are asking King right now, are the rules for the tournament going to be similar to the one at GoFest?
He says declare 6.
It's declared
so best
6,
of 5, no duplicates, declare 6. So trainer tips
GoFest
is going to be...
GoFest was just a single elimination
and non-declared
6.
6, hidden.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the same as GoFest. This is going to be slightly more similar, a little closer to Sylph, but not themed in any way. And we have Trainer Tips Nick himself as a commentator, alongside the VGC, a VGC veteran who's been commentating for years now, Cybertron Zen, Aaron Cybertron Zen. So you have
King
to play
saying
on
he
iPad.
has to play on iPad. Yikes! I wonder. Maybe it's just because of the streaming. They wanna.
Yeah, I think like the Apple products are just so much easier to stream on, and iPad is
because it's standardized.
Yeah, and I stream on iPad myself. The wide screen is just so nice when you put it on the capture card onto the stream. So I can't fault them for doing. It'd be nice if players get to use their own phones that they're familiar with. But I think at least it's an iPad and not iPhone 6.
Mm-hmm. King, if you don't have an iPad, I'm sure you could pull funds together from the PvP community just to get you as much practice
so that you can practice on it, right?
possible. You just need to say the word. Yeah, I think it'd be very interesting to see them play from the sort of creators' point of view. They'd want to have a good showing. I don't think they'd be necessarily interested in like being the winners of their own tournament. That'd be kind of like maybe a bit strange, but I wouldn't underestimate them either, as Honda was saying.
Sparkle Spencer, who is not using his regular account, right? No subscription there. Will ship his iPad to King, so that'd be pretty awesome. Bubbles.
So what are we seeing on screen? Paul? I don't think I've seen this one before.
Yes. So that is a good question. This is gonna be a new Mud Boy. We're fighting the trainer called N, who we've battled in the first episode earlier, who's like one of the main characters of the storyline, and he's using a Timple right now, who is going to be another Mud Boy. going to be evolving into Palpitoad, I believe. So it's
Isn't he?
just water.
It's kind of like a copy paste of the Politoad.
I guess it is. So yeah, Timpo evolves.
Not really. It's. I mean, because you've got Seismitoad too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, but the typing is not the same. You know, they look like the Poliwag family, but its typing is not water fight. You know, so it's water ground.
Right.
So Palpitoad, and then evolves into Seismitoad. So Seismitoad unfortunately doesn't have as much bulk as the current Mud Boys that we see, especially with Swampert right now being a Hydro Cannon beast. Well, Seismitoad is at least bulkier than that. Swampert we do know is not as bulky as the like of like Quagsire, I think, or Wishcash.
Swampert's very frail.
Yeah.
Actually,
And
he's.
then you look at Wishcash, so much bulkier. And a lot of people are joining as well. Wrangler, Korriban, Dems, and Shadowbolt. Hello everyone. Hyung is saying, don't worry, I'm fully aware there are hundreds of trainers that are better than you. I'm happy to get in the door and promote the best players in the world. 2020 will feature a true world championship. That's your goal. You are the #1 coach though, King. There's no denying that part. And no, you're a great player.
I'd say not hundreds, maybe dozens.
Yeah. I think you have to give yourself a little more credit there, King.
Yeah, hundreds is being humble. But yeah, man, I don't know. This it seems like as you're saying, pretty much a bulkier Swampert.
Mm-hmm.
Same typing. It would probably have similar moves.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing Timber. I think I know about this one.
You do know about this one? Yeah.
He's a little bit better than like Machamp, right?
So,
but
yeah.
he's still quite frail.
It's going
in the Great League level?
In the Great League level, yeah, but don't think even Machamp is going to be good enough for the Great Leagues, right? I guess it depends on moveset. Does Machamp have counter, do you know?
Yes.
It does. And it's still not good enough, huh?
The problem is, in Great League, we have bulky types with access to Power Up Punch.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Metachamp has really good typing. It resists the other fighting types, so it tends to beat a lot of them. And then it has access to Counter and Power Up Punch, which Machamp doesn't. I imagine Machamp would be a lot better and more used if it did have access to that combination, but it has interesting coverage with Rock Slides and mainly Rock Slide.
So Silikitan is saying Conkeldurr is more of a raiding Pokemon, and I think I kind of agree with that. So I think we can pull up Machamp's stats and we can put that side by side. I think we're going to be super hyped that, you know, you don't only have a whole team of Machamps to take out normal types anymore. You have Conkeldurr to try and compete with that. And just based on this, it's even more, you know, it has even more attack and HP stats compared to Machamp.
Now you're looking at the stats for PvP level, so
actually we have both stats for both the PvE and the PvP. So Conkeldurr can reach a higher max stat total. It's just
so what you're seeing in the second column, you're seeing the base stats.
Yep, that's the base.
Am I seeing that right?
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep.
So it has a better attack, and that's kind of what you're wanting to have for PvP. So maybe duos that weren't possible before are now possible, or solos.
So we managed to beat N there. D Master Lance, who I'm very glad you finally got yourself assigned a role in the Discord, by the way, to see all the channels. I know you were struggling with that yesterday. And the question is about Girder. How does a Girder stand up? The question is, will you use Machoke in PvP? You know, if you won't use Machoke, then I don't think Girder will get much of a look as well. Let's put on the 2 seconds.
Machoke's alright, but it's just the moves. You know, there's a lot of good Mon stats wise, but without the good moves, it needs to be a full package.
So Conkeldurr will be better than Machamp for Raise. Just by his stats looking, it does look that way, but we don't know if it's going to get counter Dynamic Punch as a moveset. Because I think you really do need that combo. And Machamp having that
You need
combo.
counter power-up punch.
Oh my goodness. Counter power-up punch?
Oh, wait. For raids or for
Well,
PvP?
For raids is what Kaiser was asking about.
Oh, yeah. You need dynamic punch for sure.
Dynamic punch. Which is why Machamp is like the ideal raid, raid or PvE content Pokemon. It has that moveset.
Yeah.
It's just that good. So Qwertz does have slightly bulkier stats compared to Machoke in the Great League, so if it gets counter, there's a chance. There's a chance.
And they're just pure fighting types?
They are pure fighting types, exactly.
It looks like they're what, construction workers? Is that what they're going for here?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because they're carrying around like
And we're going to be introduced to a couple of new Pokemons really soon. Because this second gym leader is the head of the archaeology museum here in Nakreen City. So we're going to be given a choice of the two, what do you call those, fossil Pokemons of the generation. So we've seen a couple of fossil Pokemons, do decently. Especially if you ask JREC Wolf, he'll tell you how great Credily was for the Jungle Cup.
oh dear.
And Armaldo, maybe.
But he didn't run them.
He did not. He did not. We also have the
There's a lot.
Amistar and Kabutops. I don't think there was fossils in Generation 2.
No. There weren't any. Not in
But then
2.
in Generation 4, ooh, we got two solid fossil Pokemons there. Cranidos and its evolution. What's it called? Can't even remember. Right?
Rampardos.
There you go.
Rampardos.
Is a beast in PvE content. It's a rock type. And then Bastiodon. What a beast that thing is in PvP.
Yeah, Bastiodon. Biggest problem is how hard it gets farmed by its counters.
The scene reminds me of the infographic that they posted today. Did you see where they had skeleton Aerodactyl on the VGC?
On the VGC
infographic.
promotions? How come?
Yeah. Not sure.
If anyone here in chat is still following the main series Pokemon VGC content, let us know. Are you excited about PvP coming to, for this year and what the format is currently like? I know some seasons are more diverse than others, so it'll be interesting to see. Zoro arc is going to be interesting, says Tavi Scott. Unfortunately, I think it's just so attack weighted, and being a pure dark type, oh my goodness.
Wow. Your Zubat really took a hit there.
That was a bite.
I say it like that. You have to say Zubat.
I think Doueven is having a hard time again.
Doueven's just a bad trainer.
I thought I
Now,
trained hard enough.
this is a steel rock or just rock?
Pure rock type. So
Pure rock.
even like Geodude is dual typed ground as well. But this guy is pure rock.
Right. So Patrat was able to just hang on for dear life.
I know. How unfortunate.
And is probably going to use a potion, I guess.
That's not.
Oh.
Ooh, Mudslap. Mudslap is such a horrible move in the main series, in the PvP scene.
It really is.
Yeah.
But Flap is a death sentence for ground types if they need to offer ground coverage. And then Mudshot is just so great for energy, but there's nothing really doing a ton of ground type damage.
Exactly.
Maybe Poliwrath, once it's boosted, is doing a decent amount.
Good point.
But being water type kind of ruins it
I think
against
there's
like
a puzzle I
electric.
need to solve here by pulling the book somehow. I'll get to it.
So if you pull the right book, you open like a secret passageway or something.
My first recommendation is a book called Nice to Meet You, Pokemon. The bookshelves where children's books are close to the entrance. So I'll try and look for a book to get us to the next stage. Children's books. No. Right? Is that it? Oh, there we go.
He said, "Nice to meet you." That's the one.
Cool.
A small brown Pokemon. Geodude.
What is the first Pokemon you meet in this gym?
A bookshelf. A
What did we
book in the
face?
middle row.
Did we just fight? It was just one Pokemon, right? It was just Patrat.
There's
Okay.
Patrat.
There we go.
Oh, you clicked it away.
Did I click away?
I couldn't see what was the hint.
I'm reading a book about Tepig, but is this book the correct answer? No. Did I mess up? I'll let you
Nice to meet you. Do you want to read this book? It's a fairy tale about a little boy who met a Pokemon. This is a small brown Pokemon trainers. Can you solve this question? What is the first Pokemon you see? Okay, so it's Patrat. So let's go to Patrat.
This book here, and then did I click the wrong thing earlier? Yes.
It says you want to read this book. It's about Patrat. They communicate each other through movement of tails. Patrat.
There's a memo in the back cover.
Oh, okay. As I thought, that question was easy. Well, flame burns inside its body, and it gives off smoke from its head while it runs. What is this book? Somebody may be reading it.
I think the answer is yes here. I said no earlier.
You want to read the book, right? Read the book itself.
Like the one that she's reading here? Oh, Oshawott. No. Okay.
So what about the other guy up there? Is he reading a book?
Maybe it's following the colors. I don't even know. Children's books now.
Oh dear.
Connect the dots now. Oh wait, he is.
This is excruciating.
I will figure it out.
I think you know.
It's Tepig, but
Well, I need to pour myself another drink.
go for
I'm
it.
gonna keep doing this.
And I'm gonna have to figure out where.
As the night progresses, I'm gonna be less and less useful for these enigmas.
No. Where is the Tepig book?
Wasn't there a Tepig book before?
Yeah, there was, but
He was talking about it.
but she was reading it.
That guy. Yeah. Okay. So go bother her. What did she say?
But she doesn't want to answer me anymore now.
Oh, jeez. Go in and out of the room then.
Is that really how it works?
Is that not how it works? I
Maybe.
bet Honda knows, and he's just laughing.
Talk to that other person. Like this other person? Try leaving and going back in.
All right. Let's go to nice to meet you.
Which is this place. Yes.
Oh, hey, MD Mert is actually a local player. We have some trades lined up after the stream,
Oh.
and so she was asking about what was the stream about, and nice to see you on.
Flame burst, blah blah blah. What is this book? Hint is that
What is
somebody's
this
reading
book?
it, which is this person.
All right, so talk to her, but just go slow. Inside the body from its head while it runs.
Yes.
Yes, it is the correct answer.
May not be a.
Oh, but
Oh.
may not be a living thing. So,
Answer to this memo may not be a living thing.
so now talk to the other person.
Like this person up here? Let's try this.
Who is the person that gave you this mission?
Structure alone. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just supposed to talk to this person. There we go.
Yes. All right.
Okay,
We did it.
now let's go back and read the chat. Bisharp would be interesting, but Toxicroak would hurt it so much. Wait, that's kind of weird. I mean, a lot of Pokemon would destroy Bisharp, being a dark steel type. But Toxicroak is poison, so unless I guess if he's using counter, could be a problem. But like the poison moves won't be doing very much.
Someone was asking about Return Golbat, Kaiser Niner. Return is actually a pretty bad move.
Do you actually remember the stats of it?
Don't remember the exact stats, but I do know that Poison Fang is required for the fairy types, and you really want Shadow Ball for coverage against just a wide range of things. And for that combination right there is really nice for baits. Return, if you can pull up the exact, let me actually pull up the exact stats, because
sure,
that way I'm doing apples to apples here. But I remember we were talking about it.
Critical hit.
And the gist of it was that you really didn't want to use Return. Okay, so Return...
The Mastodon is saying believe it's 50-40, as in 50 damage to 40 energy. That's horrible.
So yeah, 1.25 damage per energy. Now that Poison Fang is 1.14, however, it offers the coverage, and it's only 35 energy. It's only 35 energy. Return is 40, so that's 5 more. And then Shadow Ball is 1.81, which is pretty nice. Yeah, generally speaking, Return is not the best move, because Shadow Ball is good enough for the mirror. Shadow Ball helps against stuff like Frostlass and Haunter, and let me see what else. It certainly hurts anything. Well, you want to be spamming Poison Fang against things in general if they're fairy typing, and it does help against Venomoth. So which one would you drop would be the biggest question. I think neither of them are worth dropping in favor. And I think Return, to answer your second question, is that it is not that great in any Mon in Mirror Cup. Someone's asking about Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind is the legacy. It is a worse move than Shadow Ball if you just look at just stats. However, Ominous Wind does come out a little bit faster. It only costs 40 energy for 50 damage. And then Shadow Ball is 100 damage for 55 energy. So just to put that in perspective there. But Ominous Wind, at least you have the small chance of getting a boost. So an Ominous Wind would be pretty nice for the boost. So bottom line is Shadow Ball is better, like if just looking at like pure stats. But Ominous Wind might have a little bit of play.
King is saying that Shadow Ball is 55, pretty sure.
What did I say? I'm just reading a PV Poke, really. I might have misspoke, but I'm reading 55 energy as well.
Okay.
So I might have. Did I say 50? I don't know what I said.
Yeah, I missed it as well. I was reading the riddle, and I actually figured it out. So we're making progress.
Lillipup is the riddle?
The riddle was super silly. It's like, move 2 shelves to the back, 1 to the left, and then move 2 shelves to the forward and to the right. Where do you land? Now move 1 more shelf to the back. So it's basically...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rocket science.
Rocket science. Why am I leaving my opponent at 1 HP all the time? I'm hitting all the bubbles.
Maybe they have one of those abilities where you can hang on with 1 HP.
Well, sturdy only happens when you go from 100% to 1 HP. Yeah.
That might have changed, but that wasn't the case in Gen 3.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe someone in the chat with more knowledge can roast us on this, but
Oh my god.
yeah.
Leaving it with 1 HP again.
I think it's because it's just it goes to 1 damage. I'm just gonna look it up. Sturdy.
I'm just gonna use 2 Leaf Tornadoes this time. Because apparently Leaf Tornado... Oh, never mind. This has to be enough. Right? Didn't there used to be a health item that helped them hang on? I think that's like Focus Sash or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Generations 3 and 4, Sturdy makes the Pokemon unaffected by 1-hit knockout moves. Generation 5 and onward, in addition to Sturdy's previous effect, it now works like Focus Sash, causing the Pokemon to have 1 HP remaining if another Pokemon's attack or confusion damage would have brought it from full health to 0. Sturdy will activate as long as... So...
This is fancy.
Yeah, I guess you're right, and I'm wrong.
We just opened the secret passage from this book.
Oh dear. The whole shelf is... Now you're gonna get fossils from this?
I think after we defeat the gym leader, we'll get the option between the fossils. But I'm gonna go heal first because Doueven...
The Master Lance is suggesting that you might have missed a bubble, and that's why you're not getting all the damage.
No way.
I think you missed a mobile.
We really need to get that missing of a bubble emote real soon.
Oh man, what would be the best one?
I'm not very sure which Pokemon. What's a clumsy
Maybe
Pokemon,
Psyduck? Psyduck with like a bubble coming out of its nose?
And then it's trying to hit it and missing it.
I mean, it's, Psyduck's face is self-explanatory.
No, you just need the classic headache look with bubbles overhead that aren't touched.
I don't know. I like the I like the idea of a bubble coming out of his nose. I think that'd be pretty funny. But
that's a pretty good one. Polywhirl punching bubbles.
It's just that, like, how many because like look at the size of these emotes, right? So like
yeah, you can't be too complicated, otherwise they won't be visible very much. I'm not gonna lose to the gym leader, right?
I think you are. Okay, let's get a poll going. Do you think Qwertz will win first round or lose to this gym leader?
Why are we
before you start? Let's get a poll. I know I'm gonna vote. What is the no vote? Is it 2? No,
1 second.
2. I'm gonna vote before you even post it. You need to hit all the bubbles. You're getting some really good advice, Qwertz. You should really be reading this. Shadow called MFG. As long as you hit all the bubbles, you should be fine. Thank you.
Oh gosh. No guys,
It's a definite lift. So Lickitung is on my side here. He says...
Please guys, give me just a little bit of faith here.
No,
We've
you're
6
getting...
Pokemons and they have 2.
Not a single vote. Not a single vote. Alright, team lose. Let's go. Alright, we're seeing this gym leader has Herdier. Are all of these...
Shadow Cole believes
Are all of these gym leaders normal types? Like the previous one was doing normal types too.
No, the previous one is not normal. The previous one is the one that beats your... Oh wow, look at that! Pocket Monster Max giving a host with 37 viewers. Thanks.
Hey.
What a champ. Yeah, thanks Max. We're doing our second episode of our Unova stream. Trying to get ready for Gen 5 whenever it drops. I think we're moving closer to that every single day. Especially now that we got an storage expansion, right? We can upgrade it to 2,500 now. Who's hyped about that one? I'm super happy about
Mm.
it. I mean, storage has always been a problem for me.
Yeah, man. I have to upgrade my storage. I just had to infuse a few precious Poké Coins into my account.
Absolute legend.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how we, we greet Max.
That's an instant Dynamax of my Pokemon storage today.
And for those who are just coming in, if you guys want to hop in on a vote, people are guessing whether I can beat the Nacrin City gym leader on my first try. Right now, people are not showing much confidence in me. Well,
Vote 2.
let's give some backstory,
Vote 2.
right? Literally, as we start the run, we lost to our rivals on our very first battle. So
You lost to your rival. I believe it was the case.
Don't drag us into this, please.
you guys were there to stop that from happening. Technically speaking. Oh, there we go. We got to see Patrat's evolution for the first time. So that's
that's a thing right there, isn't it?
That's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do we have any Gen 5 fans here? I'm quite a fan of the storyline from Gen 5, but there were some funky Pokemon designs, I have to say.
It looks quite rigid, I must say.
Max loves Gen 5. That's awesome. And looks like Rock and Roller just went down there.
Well,
Could be
Max said he likes Gen 5. He doesn't say he loves Gen 5.
That's the same thing.
Well, I don't think it is.
Oh, look! M. Deemer, that was your friend, right? Is asking us to play Nuzlocke. that's the version where we have to release on fainting.
Yeah. Had we played Nuzlocke from the beginning, literally everything would have had to be
Released.
freed to the wild.
We'd still be at home.
Yes.
Because Qwertz lost the
cleaning up the
lost
room.
the first
my
battle.
goodness. This is not looking too hot, guys.
What's the name of this? Watchdog.
Yeah.
Or Watchhog?
Yeah.
Watchhog. Watchhog is ruining your day, man. Level 20, son.
Oh my goodness, why is this Retaliate doing so much?
Can I change my vote now, Kaiser Niner? He voted 1. Rest in peace, Doueven.
I had 6 Pokemon, guys. I had 6 Pokemon.
This is Qwertz all week grinding with it's like the Rocky music in the background.
Oh my god, critical hit!
He's got like a one of those sweatbands on, and he's like with a punching bag, only to encounter a Watchhog at the end. Well, GG, as they say. Let's get some GGs in the chat.
Crunch. It's one-shotting everything.
It is. It's glorious.
Guys,
So I guess Watchhog. Let's see some stats for Watchhog. I guess it's OP. 160. So it's attack weighted, huh?
On me.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
How do I even beat this thing?
Doueven, do you even PvP, bro?
I don't have any items to heal from sleep. Oh, I
You
do.
Master Lance, I have
Awakening.
6 Pokemon. Qwertz famous last words. You use 6 Pokemon in Silph tournaments too, right, Qwertz?
Guys, you gotta believe in PvP, bro. PvP, bro, is going to come. Oh my god, we miss our attack, and another Hypnosis lands on us. I think this is over, guys.
And that's another end to that Nuzlocke run.
We have some berries, Chesto berries.
Chesto berries.
Oh, why does that do so much damage? Alright, Leaf Tornado, this is it. We've got to land this. Oh You guys doubted me. What is this?
Oh, you
guys?
won?
Did you win?
Where is the faith, guys? IPVP, bro.
Grew to level 20.
IPVP, bro. We beat him with a level 19 PvP, bro. See? Max believed it.
Max.
To be honest,
How many
guys,
votes?
even I doubted myself for a second there. I was like, shoot, this is not gonna go well. 5 fainted in the back. We had to revive twice. PvP bro is literally down to 19 HP. That's as close as it gets, guys.
Yep. You had to use revives though.
I didn't use revive at all. I just had to use berries to heal.
Oh, I thought you
myself.
said you did.
I didn't. Wow, look at that, guys. Can't believe you guys doubted me. Look at the vote. 36% yes, and 60, almost 64% no. You guys gotta believe in me.
I think if we were to run a few simulations of this, probably we'd get around the results we're seeing in this poll. How many times you lose?
1 in, what is it? 5? 1 in 3? 1 in 3? That's good odds.
I mean, they're
Plasma.
not quantum odds, but not great either.
Yeah. Team Plasma is threatening to steal the bones. So, yeah, the gym leader is pretty cool. I'm, it's very nice that they give backstory to some of these gym leaders. They're not just here the battle trainers, but they're, they have a function in the city and in the region that they are gym leaders of. And Lenora is an archaeologist. Oh, please don't tell me I have to battle them with my one Pokemon. They're gonna heal my Pokemon here, right?
Pretty sure they revive them, right? They give you full heal.
Oh, please. I just noticed that.
Yeah, there's no.
That bones over there is the Dragonite, isn't it? Ooh,
Oh
look
yeah.
at that.
Skill.
Pocket Monster Max is asking us some tough questions here. Oh no, they just messed up the Dragonite. Fossil.
Decapitated.
Took his head off.
That's ruthless.
Dang.
These are the Team Rocket types?
They are. And Pocket Monster Max is asking about opinion on lack of national decks in Gen 8.
So
I
explain
was
to me
actually talking about this
national
earlier.
decks.
Yeah, let's listen to what you two have to say real quick before I hop into the conversation. What do you think, Honda?
Yes. Well, so just first for AJ, a national dex meaning that all the previous generations Pokemon would be eligible to be in that version, whether it
by
be
catching
by
or
trade.
transferring over, yeah.
Correct. So,
Oh, okay.
in the announced versions of Sword and Shield, they are not allowing that. But what I was discussing earlier is I think this may be a bit of a marketing ploy because of the gen that we're playing right now. Because in Black and White, there was no national dex, available to get the previous Pokemon in these original Black and White versions. But then they came out with Black and White 2, which then added that functionality in.
Yeah.
And they've kind of mirrored that a little bit with a lot of their remakes of, like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It just seems like a pattern.
No, the thing is, you can come up with some valid arguments for not having the national dex in Gen 8. But the problem is we're talking about the first ever console main series games on a Switch. Right? This is supposed to be the most hyped thing, and I think why some people are disappointed is because we have a huge expectations already built up over the years, especially when they did Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, right? We were thinking that that's we'll give you something small to play with while we're making some huge epic thing in the background. And then this is what it comes out with? And Max is saying that he's gutted, that he doesn't think it's good enough,
Let me ask you something. As a longtime player, will not having a national dex make you not play the game?
People will still play it. Don't get me wrong.
No, absolutely
And
not. I'm buying the double pack no matter what.
if the next game comes out and it has a national dex, will you be excited for that?
Yes,
absolutely.
I think the national dex
so
is
there you
something
go.
that will make people excited for.
Yeah.
And
I've got a what is it called?
Yeah,
I've already forgot. I haven't
Max's
played
statement is
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in so long.
Yeah.
What's the storage center that they released? The online storage center?
Bank.
Is it just called Pokemon Box?
Bank.
That's right.
That's the old one.
Yeah,
that was
I've got
very
a bank
successful, by
full
the way.
of stuff.
I mean, I paid $5 for a couple of years just to have the Pokemon Bank account.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Same.
But I think Max has a very good statement here, saying that you'll play because you're a long-time player, but you're disappointed. That is kind of the feeling of the community in some sense. Yeah, just talking about. We're talking about the Switch, where so many old Nintendo games just got huge remakes that were amazing, right? We've seen the likes of the Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild completely changed the landscape for those games, and then Pokemon. This is the chance, right? For Pokemon to reinvent itself, and it didn't. It didn't do that. So that's the thing. I hope those cringy Z move dances will never come to Pokemon Go. But do you want Mega Evolutions though? Because you can't have one without the other. Tabi Scott. You can't say I'll take the Gen 6 exclusive feature, but not the Gen 7 one.
That's another thing though. Like no Mega Evolutions in this gen either. Apparently, is from what I'm hearing.
Never. Well, I mean, we've only had Mega Evolutions from one generation, and that's how Pokemon has been doing it. You know, it's a generation and region thing. I did like what do you call that? Alolan Forms.
Dynamax.
No, Alolan Forms.
Oh yeah.
You know, the backstory behind it, saying it's a atmospheric thing where you adapt to the region. Seems like a good backstory, but I'm not sure what kind of backstory Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxes have, but I doubt it's going to make a lot of sense. More swiping for the Z moves. I can see that happening actually. So what are your thoughts, AJ, on I'm not sure, do you know about Z moves in Gen 7? Pokemon Bank was just taking money off you, it turns out, because you won't be able to use all the mons just for disappointing them. Really thinks laziness, yeah.
We could still have hope though.
It's true. Just milking me dry. And I like that you brought the Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone reference. Me being a huge Magic fan myself. Oh, check this out, AJ. Well, we were battling a new Pokemon for the first time, Cottony. I think I can put the poll to rest now, considering I beat it. The 63% of you guys remember this day that you doubted me. So Cottony is a very interesting Pokemon for Pokemon Go PvP. So in the main series games, it's just pure grass types, but in once the Gen 6 was added, some Pokemon retroactively got the fairy typing. So did the Cottony family. It evolves into Whimsicott. And I think last stream when Kakuna was here, he's super hyped for Whimsicott. Grass Fairy is kind of flimsy, but it does flip the matchups for a lot of its type advantages. And I think Whimsicott, just like in the main series games, will make a big splash in the Pokemon Go PvP scene. To be fair, Hearthstone does have 2 mana. Same with Magic, we do have the rotating formats, and we do have standard. just don't think it panned out. Kind of agree. I think they... Oh man, Paralyzed. I think the problem also becomes the way they marketed this problem, this feature, right? I think, especially right after announcing Pokemon Home as well, right? So people were thinking Pokemon Home is another Pokemon Bank-like feature for us to transfer Pokemon from a generation to another. And then immediately after that says that, you know, yeah, you can transfer them, but only if they are part of your decks for the region. So definitely puts a huge dent in the marketing. And then Petilil. So Cottonee. So I think in this Gen 5 games, even though Cottonee and Whimsicott has the Grass Fairy typing, in this game of Pokemon White, it's pure Grass types because Fairies haven't been created at this point in time. Petilil evolves into... I can't even remember what Petilil evolves into. It's also another grass-looking thing. Can I remember what it's called?
Is it? It's not Fomantis, is it?
That Fomantis is like a Gen 6 Pokemon, I believe.
Yeah.
If anyone in chat
what
can
did you
remind me, that'd be pretty good. Let's see. Actually, I found it. It's called Lilligant.
Lilligant. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's always like that, right? Like you know the name is in the tip of your tongue, but yeah. Unfortunately, Lilligant never got the a second typing like its counterpart did. But in terms of its stats, it's not as good as Whimsicott either. So pure Grass type, probably not gonna be that good. I think the current...
No, doesn't outclass Roselia either.
Doesn't outclass Roselia, doesn't outclass the bulky types in the form of your starter. I think even Superior has a better stat than this Lilligant in PvP sense. Well, I hope they reintroduce National Dex with remakes of Sword and Shield. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, same.
I think...
I did see something funny, and I laughed for a good 5 minutes when they did the reveal of Sword and Shield, when they did Pikachu's special move. I sent you an image of this, by the way, if you want to put it on screen. It's I think his special move, the verbiage that they had underneath was Thunder of Newfound Passion.
Oh, is that the Z move?
Yeah.
Is that the actual name of the move?
Yeah, I screenshotted it from the actual live stream. I just sent it to you.
That's hilarious. Wait, hold on. From the live stream? From like a VGC live stream?
Yeah, from when they did the Nintendo Direct announcement.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon myself. I enjoyed the Sun and Moon versions, but then not sure how much different Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon would have been, so I didn't jump into it. Or they will make a new Pokemon Stadium game with the full national Dex. So that's the thing. I think
that
if
would
you follow,
be cool.
Yeah, I think I've been following a lot of YouTubers try to put their opinions and research on this topic. But if you think about it, Game Freak is doing the main series games, but we have a lot of other companies that make Pokemon games as well, like Niantic for Pokemon Go and so on. They could have like the people who make the first Pokemon Stadiums make more games, right? That would be amazing. But we haven't seen that in a while. It'd be nice if, you know, the Pokemon company gives those, you know, other companies another try, you know, while Game Freak is trying to figure things out, because we can see at the moment that they're struggling to keep up with what the fans are wanting from the main series Pokemon game.
Do you think they're struggling though, or oh, by the way, John, check your messages. Do you think they're struggling, or they're just being strategic in the way they roll out things? Because it just seems like
I think they are struggling with just managing of their resources. Like, we're talking about a company that makes more money than Avengers, right, and Marvel, right? But yet they are, in terms of, you know, their coding staff, the development staff out in Game Freak, it's a very small team, even though they can definitely afford to hire more people to work on it.
Yeah, but I mean, the bigger your team gets, the more it becomes managing that team
Right.
and
But at
having
least
a lot of
at
synchronization.
least right now, the thing is that there's they're using the not enough, you know, they're putting resources into optimizing other parts, therefore not coding every single Pokemon in. Yet from what we're seeing from the trailers, there's not great graphics going on. There's there's a lot of animation problems and environmental problems from the overworld. So it does seem like there's a little bit of a problem there. Honestly, at this point, if Niantic would just let us battle without a crazy friendship level, that is all we need. And we fully agree with you on that one, D Masterlands. I think if anyone here who just joined from Pocket Monster Max's stream and don't know about Go Stadium and what we do, so Go Stadium is a Discord that originally, just wanted to get a group of people who like to talk about Pokemon PvP together, and then soon realized that they can do some remote tournaments. So that's how it kind of started, got bigger and bigger, and more people joined in. So now we do a lot of remote tournaments, but unfortunately, because of that, that 30-day requirement, it does limit the things that we can do in terms of organizational standpoint. So yeah, definitely it would be awesome if we don't have to deal with the... Do you want to call this Pokemon your bathwater, by the way?
Ooh,
We
yes.
finally got a
Temple.
A pure
Yes,
a water
yes. Let's do it. Because it's muddy, right? It's ground type.
It is a mud boy.
It's because it's dirty, It's like a mud boy. It's dirty. Just like bathwater.
Awesome. And trading over distances with best friends would be awesome as well. Yes,
Yeah, man. I think if they did
yeah.
long distance trading for best friends, that would make so much sense. Because
it doesn't even have to be best friends.
cultivated-
Even just for lucky friends,
Best friends.
Best friends.
I've cultivated friendships with people like from Singapore. Like, why can't we just like have an objective to get to best friends after 60 days? Like, come on.
I'm gonna pause from tweeting and call you both plebes because you just said it should either be best friends or lucky friends. You can't have one without the other.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
He's saying that you wait for like an RNG to take into place
I'm
and
just
like
saying that you can only do remote
best lucky friends.
only trades with remote trades with lucky friends. But then he's going one step further and saying that just any best friends can do remote trading. But
also, don't pause from tweeting. You got an important stuff to do.
yes.
I know.
And I just nicknamed our Timpo Bathwater. If you want to know the reference, go tweet Valorash about it. So go to his Twitter and ask him why did Go Stadium name their Timpo Bathwater. We shall
Just
not
say
explain.
at Valor Ash.
Mhm.
Why do you like bathwater
Why do you
so
like
much?
bathwater so much? Exactly. And good old Camerupt. Wait, why is my command not working? Did I spell the Camerupt incorrectly? 18 days away from being able to start doing a remote tournament with my Battle Chateau. That's awesome, Leviathan Blue. And we have our Battle Chateau organizer here in AJ.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any
What about Battle Chateau?
he's just saying how excited he is about starting his Battle Shadow lobby in 18 days.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Battle Chateau is really nice. It's the static lobby on our Discord.
Yes, do explain.
And so there's two different types of lobbies, right? You have the league system, and then you have the static system. The goal with the static system is that maybe someone who is limited on friends or perhaps engages in a more casual style of gameplay just wants to get his PvP tournaments in through a static league. You add 23 other people, so a lobby of 24. Typically a few people drop out and it averages around 20. And then after a few months, maybe a few more people drop out, and then maybe it goes down to like 12 or 16. But the idea is that you don't have to constantly add new people, whereas the league system that we have in Go Stadium, every season you are removed from your lobby and you're added to a new lobby based on your performance within that league. We tally up the points, we add all the points together, and then we decide, okay, do you move up? Do you stay in the same ranking, or do you go down? And the Battle Chateau participates in none of that. It's just the same group of people PvPing with each other all the time. And we've just started actually merging groups. I've taken a little bit of a back step on managing like the day-to-day stuff with Battle Chateau, but Polymer's Up and Sergeant Sharpeye have been doing like an excellent job managing Battle
we're
Chateau.
seeing, Toby Scott and both Toby Scott and Leviathan Blue saying that they like the ability to do tournaments remotely in Go Stadium and not have to re-lobby every season. So they're both enjoying that feature.
Yeah, it's just the big thing is like a lot of people just don't want to be doing like a whole new lobby every time, and so Battle Chateau is really appealing to them.
So hold on
initially we
one
called
second,
it Casual League, but it's really casual.
Exactly,
I just want to give that forewarning.
The naming system we changed from casual to static. So AJ, I just caught this timber, the Machop copy. You have a name for it besides just calling it Machop?
What are those? I'm thinking about the word in Spanish. It's called piropo, and it's like when you are like an attractive woman walking next to a construction site. The guys will like shout things at you. What are those? What are those called?
Catcalling.
Catcaller.
Catcaller?
Okay, catcaller.
What?
He's a construction worker, right?
So you're gonna call what we're gonna call this again? So Skip Logic is out here in chat as well. Or Wolf Whistle, according to Pocket
Wolf
Monster Max.
Whistle. Ooh, I like Wolf. Wolf Whistle probably won't fit though, right?
Well, let's try. So I'm Honda, do you think you can pull an invite to our Discord real quick? I'm not sure why our command is not working as I try to use the exclamation mark Discord. So if you could help me pull that in, that'd be amazing. But yeah, Max, that'd be amazing if you want to join our Discord or bring people into our channel so that people can participate in PvP remotely. That's basically our main thing. Well, we have another main thing that our Go Stadium do is the website where we allow people to put in the IVs of their Pokemons for the Great Leagues, and we'll tell you based on the stat product how does it rank. So you can go check that out at gostadium.club. Wolf Whistle. Can I spell? There we go. Unfortunately, we're missing an E, so that should still work, right? Wolf Whistle without the E.
Whistle is fine.
There we go.
We can save the E.
It didn't work. The invite GG/Discord didn't work. No way.
Oh well, why is it /Discord? It should be /Go Stadium. That doesn't make sense.
I think Honda just.
It's all my fault.
Honda
it's all my fault.
How dare you?
Honda.
How dare you, sir?
You misled people.
You are misleading people. What does that even take you to? /Discord? How dare you?
I have no idea where that
I should have been doubting you all along.
Oh, we have a person to heal us here. That's gonna be convenient. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Pokemon Center, and then we can decide and have you guys vote on who to put in our 6. Because we have options now. We have Bathwater and Wolf Whistle.
Bathwater and Wolf Whistle need to make a spot on our team. Do we still have those Lily Pups and Pat Rats and all of those?
We don't have that at the moment, but we can definitely.
Well, let's see our lineup then.
Yeah,
let's see it.
Our sign up, and we'll have the viewers vote, and you guys can help decide on what our 6 will be. In between streams, I will definitely grind the levels as well to make sure that we're not falling behind, because nobody wants to sit here and watch me grind some levels. N7 Kobe is saying that I found you through Go Stadium, but I never go into Go Stadium because it was a bit confusing for me when I joined. I may give it another shot in the future. That's pretty interesting, N7 Kobe. And this is the kind of stream that you want to chat with us and talk about what you might have problems with, because we are more of a this is more of a casual stream compared to our usual competitive PvP discussions. So yeah, if you have questions on how we can help you acclimate yourself with the resources on Go Stadium, just shoot away your questions.
And I hope the near future, or the future means like in the next 5 minutes, you should definitely come in and join us. If you have any questions, just ask them right now.
Oh yeah. Did you just say that they can drop in the voice channel? Yeah, that's that's a cool thing too. I'm not sure if you're there, Max. I'm not sure if Max is in our Discord channel, but if you're interested in, make sure to go to team assignment, take a screenshot of your trainer profile, and the bot will automatically give you a role for either Mystic, Valor, or Instinct, and then a lot of channels will unlock for you, and you get to see a lot more resources that way. Okay, so at the moment we have on our team Roggenrola, pure rock types, our starter Pokemon PvP bro, Zubat, Zebstrika, not Zebstrika, Blitzel that evolves into Zebstrika. Okay, I think it's very clear that we can remove Panpour for Bath Water.
Oh, please remove Panpour. That thing is so annoying to look at.
And then we have...
I'm interested to see what the rest of the chat says. Maybe we can put it up to a vote. Panpour versus...
Exactly. So the problem here is, just like Machop and Geodude, to get their final forms, you do need to trade to get them. So, with both Jobber and Roggenrola in our team, they will not be able to fully evolve. So let's say we do want to bring in... I'm going to put in chat here. Who do we replace...
Ah, very nice.
To bring...
Who do we remove?
Who do we remove? To bring Wolf Whistle. And the options are... should I put all of them for vote? Roggenrola. I don't even know what Zubat's pre-evolution is gonna call, but I'm just gonna call him Zubat for now. Alright, poll is starting. So yeah, while the poll is going on, we can go back and take a look at what you guys are talking about in terms of the Discord. Leviathan Blue is... Oh, Taco is saying that if you're using Streamlabs, you just need to go to the Streamlabs website and log it in. It's kind of weird that... I think you're right, because once in a while it just logs me out and then I have to re-log in to get all the commands to work again. But I think you're right. I can do that in a little bit. You had your best performance in Jungle Cup. It was such a fun tournament. Only lost one match. That's amazing, and Kobe. GG's indeed. Get rid of the zebra. Pocket Monster Max is trying to get
rid of the zebra.
That's
wow,
crazy.
That's harsh.
I actually really like the zebra, considering it has electric moves and it's gonna learn.
I think the zebra is one of the few that's like seems unique.
Interesting.
Right? It seems like it's one of those that is not very similar to what we've been seeing in like the previous generations. Yeah. I don't think there's any other zebras.
To get rid of here, AJ?
Let's see. Could you run through them again? Because I was moving from the living room to my
Sure. So Roggenrola is the rock type. That is the Geodude of the generation. Then we have Superior. Definitely not going to remove our starter. Mubat.
Well,
Blitzel.
I will say with Superior that he's lost every important game except for this last one. So. Not a big fan of it so far.
I mean, it did come in clutch right at the end there. Blitzel is our electric type, who has some good coverage with Shockwave, and I think learning Flame Wheel soon.
Alright, we get it. You like this one.
I do like this
one. What else?
Woobat, and then Drillbur.
I get this one.
You vote
Wait,
for
go
this
back. This one.
So
This
that's
one.
number 2.
I hate this one.
Okay.
This one looks
And then
stupid.
we just brought in Bathwater, so we're not going to remove Bathwater yet. I'm going to vote
Yeah,
for
Bathwater
the
stayed.
Zubat to be removed myself, so let's see if that changes it a little bit.
What's the vote for Subat?
Woobat.
2?
That's 2, yeah.
Alright, I'm voting 2. I'm voting
Woobat
2,
is
you
Zubat,
guys.
yes. I think we might have changed the vote there single-handedly.
It's Woobat?
The 2 of us.
Wait a second. It's
Woobat.
Woobat?
And then the evolved form has the S in front of it.
Oh, the evolved form is Subat.
Yeah.
But this one is Woobat?
Yeah. And the problem is, I think Woobat evolves via friendship, which is like a real pain to deal with.
Oh, no. I don't want to be friends with that.
You don't want to be friends with that. That's the reasoning. Oh,
I don't even want to be seen in public.
So now we've got Bathwater and Wolf Whistle onto our team. We have Diglett, the Drillbur. I don't think we have a nickname for Blizzle, so eventually he has to go as well, because you need a nickname to be part of the team. That's our team for now. Appreciate the input. That's an interesting thing that Kobe is bringing up here. You lost to the same guy you always lose to, but got second place in points, but down to the Bullchotes tiebreaker. So this is a very interesting thing, isn't it? When you talk about, wait, did this just close off or? Never mind, it's on top. You do generate rivals when you're playing with the same people in the lobby, don't you, AJ?
Okay, so that is a concern, right? So I have been taking a bit of a step back from remote lobbies, but I do have quite a bit of experience
Sure.
playing in my own remote
I'm not
lobbies.
sure if it's a concern, actually. I think it's pretty cool.
When you play in remote lobbies, you got to think of it as your community in which you play competitively, right? So if I'm going to be playing against these people and I want to win, I'm not going to be openly discussing tactics honestly with them, because I know I want to have a little bit of an advantage. Even if you act this way, most people won't. So don't expect the people within your lobby that you're doing tournaments regularly with to just openly disclose tactics with you. You probably won't get it.
What you're saying is definitely true, but I think Kobe is clarifying that he was talking about a weighted tournament in his local cup. And while you know, not sure if you noticed, AJ, that we just faced another new Pokemon that we haven't seen yet.
Oh my god, he's wearing a robe?
He's basically the Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee of the generation.
He's a black belt. He's got a black belt and he's red.
And he has actually, I think he's one of the only Pokemon that has counter from the generation.
Thor?
Throw.
His name is Throw.
Sock and
with
Throw is the pair. So let me pull both of them up for you. So Sock and Throw. Actually,
Sock?
I'm taking it back. I think Sock is the one that has counter, but Throw is the one that has the better PvP stat. And unfortunately, there's no way for it to learn counter, if I recall. So
really?
Killing AJ with these names.
Yeah. So
Sock and Throw? That's the names?
Well, the thing is, AJ, if you really want to go and criticize names, you know Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. Those names are.
How dare you?
Too.
Wait! How dare you? How dare you even?
Whoa!
This is Gen 1.
We've got a Gen 1er here, guys. We've got a Gen 1er here.
My jimmies are rustled. How dare you?
We've got a Gen 1er here. Krabby? Leviathan Blue, yeah.
Krabby's awesome.
Sock is awesome. Throw is awesome.
Give me a break.
Whoa! Look at this guy.
Oh man.
This is why this kind of stream where you have a Gen 5 noob join in, it's just so entertaining. It's awesome.
Sock. So he's got two. Okay, so Throw, not Sock. The red one. Throw, not Thor. Throw has the good PvP stats.
Amazing.
Let's
PvP
compare
stats.
him to Machamp. Or sorry, Metachamp. So let's put Throw next to Metachamp.
Wow. Well, the typing is not exactly the same, but I guess you kind of want to get the sense that way.
So the names are plays off of tactics in fighting.
Right. The sock
someone and
yes.
throw someone.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, there's a backstory to
Just in case you didn't know, AJ.
I still think it's stupid.
Compared to Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, but D Master Lance is saying
you.
that I'm disrespecting Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan.
You are disrespecting Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan.
Oh my god, in the same stream? Is that even
I'm
legal?
offended. I'm offended and triggered.
Wow.
So it is very similar.
It's actually
to
even bulkier than Medicham.
It's better in all respects. It has more attack. Oh no, sorry, I'm reading the wrong column here.
Over here, yeah. The 109.02.
Okay, so it is less bulkier.
Defensively.
It is less bulky, yeah.
But the HP stat is higher, I guess.
20, about 20 defense points less. So that's what it comes down to. But it's very comparable. Medicham is quite bulky for a fighter.
So can I call this guy Jackie Chan? What are we gonna call Throw?
I don't know that he looks so much as a Jackie Chan. Let's get some suggestions in the chat. Let's see what are some good names out there.
Oh, and I think Pocket Monster Max does battles on his stream as well, but because he's not like locked in and super committed to the Silph rules, he does a lot of Ultra League battles as well. And he's saying that Hitmonchan is good in is awesome in Ultra League, which I haven't used it before.
That's cool. I have a a lucky Poliwrath, which I've had to use for Great League, but I hear Poliwrath is a beast in Ultra League.
That's pretty interesting. I think King himself, who's recommending a name, Gracie. I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Yeah, let's explain Gracie.
Explain Gracie, King. And I think King
Bert.
does a little
Bert
bit of...
and Ernie. That is gold.
Bert and Ernie.
Calling it Bert and Ernie.
I mean, I don't think you can catch both Sock and Throw in the same generation. So, which one would this one be? Is this one Ernie?
Gracie is like a jiu-jitsu champion, I think. I forget.
I see.
Yeah, I think
I was off. I was thinking UFC, and he's red, naming Conor
Gracie
McGregor
is a legendary jiu-jitsu family. Ooh.
Yeah.
Jiggly Punch.
Jiggly Punch.
What are you thinking, AJ? We've got Ernie. We've got a couple of people who's voting for the Ernie name. We've got Gracie. So, what are you liking so far?
I'm liking Ernie because Ernie is kind of like similar colors going on. This guy's kind of like a little bit on the thicker side. Bert's a little bit thin, you know, and so like Bert would be more of like on the Medicham side.
Okay.
Plus, it seems like his facial expression is it's kind of funny, right? So his facial expression seems more Bert, and then maybe Ernie would be like more his like physical predisposition. So maybe Bernie is the fusion between the two.
Bernie, straight up Bernie.
Oh man.
Okay.
I need more wine.
I think what you have now is Bernie. So it's a thick Ernie. How about just thick Ernie? Thick Ernie?
Straight to.
Oh gosh. All right. That's probably it right here. Thick Ernie.
Bernie 2020. So yeah, maybe we don't want to get political. I wasn't thinking about like the other Bernie.
Yeah.
The more.
But I think thick Ernie is perfect, and it fits in exactly.
Oh, perfect. Okay, we have to do thick Ernie.
It's
then.
thick Ernie.
With two C's.
Pocket Monster Max showing off some Jigglypuff emotes there. He's got I've been subscribed to his channel for a month as well, so I've used some of his emotes, including the Pokemon Puff, where Jigglypuff is looking a little angry there. And then the other two Jigglypuff looks to be from a different channel though. Pretty awesome. So what are you thinking? Would a pure fighting type dethrone the likes of Medicham in the Great Leagues?
Okay, so I think that right now there's no pure fighting type that quite rivals the stat distribution and abilities of Medicham. If you had something with counter and power-up punch with similar bulk, like this fella, Thick Ernie, you definitely get into the territory of, okay, now we have a better Umbreon counter, right? Because it doesn't have that psychic subtyping acting against it to receive neutral damage from foul play. You'd start to get into the territory, of course, of worse against Deoxys defense, so it would just add a little bit of a spicy element to PvP. I think right now a pure fighting type wouldn't necessarily dethrone Deoxys by any means, but it would be interesting.
Or Deoxys, both, either.
Yeah.
Basically, they won't dethrone the current top counter users.
Right.
Kobe and Pocket Monster Max are both saying that loving the content and discussion, fellas. Appreciate it. So it's it's definitely not what we normally do in terms of doing the Pokemon PvP content, but we thought that there are days that we want to be a little more casual and also hyping up Gen 5 for whenever it releases. And I'm sure a lot of people are in the same situation as AJ, not knowing much about the new generation, so becomes an interesting introduction that way. The sluggish part with us grinding some battles sometimes will be, hopefully I can mitigate it by grinding in between streams. But whenever we do stream, super appreciate you guys coming by. So
yeah, also for more casual discussions, we do have our podcasts. I know we've been teasing it for a little while. We already have, I think, 3 or 4 recordings, plus some of our live streams will be, just the audio version will be on our podcast. This is coming soon, and they're a little bit more casual in nature, which is nice.
So just down to the editing portion, and whenever we have the podcast ready with a new name, we will definitely send in a tweet announcement and in the Discord channel as well, because AJ's been working hard on that one.
It's been fun, and we have like a solid name. I'm really excited about it. There's just a few elements up in the air, and we just don't want to release it just yet.
We always do things.
But we are not stopping on recordings. We are posting. We are making recordings.
I kind of just messed up a little bit, guys. I thought I was going to heal my Pokemon by talking to this, Nurse Joy-looking trainer, but I'm being put into a battle with this Muna here. And Echo is joining the stream as well. Welcome, Echo. Saying that what's going to be good in Gen 5. A lot of cool stuff is coming in Gen 5. We've got new
namely this guy right here. The one you're seeing right here.
Yeah. So Muna is going to be evolving to Musharna.
I'm saying your snake
my
grass.
Snake thing. Oh yeah. I mean, it's okay. Superior is going to be fine. I think because of the wide range of movesets that it might have, it's going to put a little bit of a challenge to a pure grass type to the bulky Meganium. But we've got Musharna, who's an absolute beast. Not as bulky as Hypno for the pure psychic type, but it's definitely with a different type of moveset maybe. It's more of a Dream Eater type of Pokemon. I'm not sure. I think we speculated on Dream Eater type moves like Hypnosis and then healing back kind of thing. Who knows? But just from pure stats, we've got bulkier Pokemons of current versions, like right now Murkrow and Honchkrow family, the only dark flyers, will get an upgrade in the form of I'm blanking out. What's that vulture looking thing called?
Vulture looking thing. You're gonna need to help me out a little bit more.
I think it's I'll get it. Don't worry.
Is it in Gen 5?
This is Gen 5. So
yeah, so I'm not helping.
You're not going to be helpful at all, AJ.
Someone's saying Mandibuzz.
Mandibuzz. Thank you, Sluggy. I can always trust on chat to help me out when I'm struggling there. Mandibuzz, exactly.
You can't trust me.
Can't trust you. Ferrothorn as well looks incredible.
Someone's saying Mandibuzz. How do you spell it?
It's Mandibuzz. Is it
Mandibuzz?
Lickitung has it correctly. Has it spelled correctly.
So Lickitung?
So
sorry, not a spoof.
we do have to beat the trainer before we can heal, but now she'll be healing us as we go along. Scrafty as well. With Master Lance. So yeah, while you guys bring them up, I'll bring up their stats and show you guys some of the potential good PvP Pokemons we'll be getting. So Scrafty is cool because it's going to be a unique typing, Dark and Fighting. What do you think about that typing?
Dark Fighting is interesting.
Yeah.
Anytime you put two, was it you that was saying this?
Yeah,
I really like the way that you phrase this. So I'm gonna let you say it.
So when you
because
put a Pokemon that
really
has a type combination where one is super effective against the other, you definitely you change up a lot of the super effective and resistances. But also, if you think about it, if you have a cup that has a dark type involved, Scrafty will automatically be relevant in the meta because it can beat itself, right? It's dark fighting type, which means its fighting moves can beat all the other pure dark types. And so, a combination like this where the fighting beats the dark type, or like Medicham, a psychic Pokemon that beats its other half, the fighting type, means that whenever you have a fighting type in the cup, you're gonna see Medicham in there. Well, Medicham is a different monster because it's basically gonna be good in any cup that it's eligible. But,
yeah. Lucario, for example, Protoon Path is saying that being fighting in steel is interesting because now it gets neutral damage from psychic, for example.
You
it being so
matchup up a little bit, and then your fighting type beats all the steel types, your fellow steel types.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. We have a lot more cool type combinations coming up, including Ghost.
We have a question.
Yeah.
N7 Kobe, do you guys have any recommendations for tools to rank specific Pokemon for PvP? For example, I caught a bunch of Mudkip Swampert with Hydro Cannon, something to help me to choose which one is the best for PvP.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
that's a great
actually
question.
we do. Yeah, actually we do. We have a website. It's gostadium.club. I think we can pull that up. I'm forgetting the command here.
The commands is not currently functioning, but I can type it out for you.
Yeah, so it's gostadium.club. You put in your IVs for your given Mon. It will show you where your Mon ranks within the bulk. All it does, and I'm just going to give a little bit of a disclaimer here because sometimes in very rare situations, very specific situations in cups, you actually want an attack weighted Mon. But by and large,
for the current cup in jungle, you want to have your Wigglytuff at a 120 plus attack stat, and you need a highly weighted attack IV compared to the usual form where we're used to.
But for the most part, you want as much damage as possible, and that is very closely related to the total damage output, which is closely related to the stat product. So if you multiply all the actual stats, you get the stat product, and so that's where we get the ranking from out of the 4,096 combinations, or is it 4,076? Whatever that number is. 96. So anyway, your Swampert, you put in the IVs, 0, 13, 15, which is your Swampert's IVs in that website, and I'm interested to see what ranking it is. It's probably like really high up there, unless it's just barely.
And we can add more to that. If you are in our Discord, all right? If you are in our Discord, we have a dedicated channel called Rank Checker, where you can put in the commands !rank, great for the Great League, the Pokemon name followed by your 3 IV stats, and it can give you your rank in the Discord without having to go visit the website. So go check that out as well.
Just use the rank.
It's a rank
there, Kobe, and you have a rank 6 Swampert. Congratulations.
Rank 6 Swampert. So we just checked it for you there. It's a rank 6 IV combination for Swampert. Absolutely incredible there. And,
now, what you want to do is you go into PvPoke, which Kakuna Matata, aka Matt, has been doing just incredible work with it. If you plug in the exact IVs in the advanced options, you'll be able to simulate how that does against other mon. So when you want to simulate Swampert simulations, you actually want to put in your exact stats. Another good rule of thumb for deciding whether you want maybe perhaps an attack weighted versus a bulk weighted is what kind of moves it's running. So Swampert is running Mudshot. You really don't need to have a lot of damage in its fast moves. You want it to last as long as possible and reach bulk points. So those bulk points are going to be determined by as much defense and HP as possible. And so your rank 6 Swampert is targeted to be really, really good within Great League, mainly because it's going to be able to survive a little bit longer, get that energy from those mud shots, and fire just another hydro cannon, which is a game changer, right? And so sometimes those IVs really, really matter when it comes to down to the wire matchups. There's other situations where you want to reach an attack breakpoint. So for example, on something like Victory Bell, which is running Razor Leaf, you want to potentially reach a breakpoint in attack and just do like let's just say from 6 to 7 damage, as opposed, like that difference right there, because Pokemon round. Yes, for attack. So if you're able to do that extra 1 point of damage, you might actually be able to feint a Vigoroth before it gets that body slam. So you see what I'm saying? Like IVs, generally speaking, you want high bulk, and so that's what that rank is for. I know there's some plans potentially in the future to change what we have, but right now we do offer the ability to show rank. So very glad you brought that question up.
Just to speak to that a little bit, AJ, I know Talbot Scott had brought up she's psyched up for they're psyched up for Rot's Community Day. So something we just debuted for Patreon supporters is our new Community Day and also Evolution command. So that's just the first portion of our modifications to the PvP bot. Those are exclusive to our patrons, no matter the tier, where you can see the Community Day IV spreads for all of your Ralts as you put them in, and it will also show you where they rank in each league rather than you having to spell out whether you want Great, Ultra, or Master. The same goes with Eevees. If you want to see how they would rank in one of the 7 evolutions, if I'm correct, that are available right now in game, you can now do that as well. And then we are looking at adding functionality to test bulk point and break points on specific Pokemon where it could be relevant in the meta.
So let me just repeat what Honda was saying there, if you guys didn't catch the front part. That is part of our Patreon exclusive commands for the Discord bot. So if you're interested in that, go check out our Patreon, which I'll pull up the names at the end of the stream as well, all the amazing supporters that we have. Kobe is asking whether Gardevoir is going to be relevant, or Gallade is going to be relevant in Great League Silph Leagues, before we even see what the exclusive moves are going to be for Community Day. I can tell you that they already are relevant.
Alright, Gallade is an excellent choice for Boulder. If you want a sort of wild card pick, not even wild card, but just like a top meta pick, Gallade does really well. If it has I'm actually not going to say the specific stats, but a Confusion Gallade charges Leaf Blade up fairly quickly, and it menaces quite a few things. It normally loses to Swampert, but it basically one-shots it with a Leaf Blade if it gets it in. It charges with only like 3 Confusions, maybe 4. So that's really nice. Confusion is a slow move, but Gallade does a ton of damage since it's attack weighted. And so is Gardevoir, since they have the same stats. Charm really switched things up a little bit, and now Gardevoir is required for Nightmare. Gardevoir basically is so overpowered in Nightmare that it broke the next iteration of the Nightmare meta in Mirror. A lot of people aren't running Nightmare at all. mainly because of Gardevoir being so just overpowered. I think also it's that it was so recent is a factor. Most people have been able to do nightmare matches since then, so that's another factor to keep in mind.
Yeah. So AJ, while we were talking about so many PvP stuff going on, we encountered a few new Pokemon that I wanted to introduce.
I saw Sandile. I saw you stopping on Sandile, but we had such good questions.
Yes, exactly.
So tell me about Sandile, because that's like a really cool.
And there's also Swaddle. So Swaddle is like the little bug Pokemon, like the Caterpie for the generation. But it's so well designed, and it evolves into Swadloon, the Kakuna, which I think then Leavanny is going to be a grass and bug type. So it's the only other grass and bug type I can think of right now is Parasect. It's not great in PvP at the moment, but maybe Leavanny can do something about that. And then we'll go to Sandile, which is actually a very interesting Pokemon because it's going to be a unique typing of ground and dark. I think it evolves like Crooked. There we go. So it's more attack weighted, so it's not going to be as bulky as what you would like for a PvP Pokemon. But its unique typing should make it an interesting Pokemon for consideration in Silph Cups. What are you thinking of its design and its stats, do you think? Which Pokemon do you think you want to compare its stats to?
I'm just seeing Purloin. Okay, so now I'm seeing Crocodile and Sandile.
Yeah.
So let's see. Crocodile seems to be attack and stamina weighted, so he's fairly balanced. With that ground, is that ground dark typing?
Ground dark. So a unique typing. First time we're going to be getting that in the game.
Let's compare it to T-Tar first.
Ooh, that's a good one. I say dark.
I know ground is different, but rock is what T-Tar has to offer, and actually T-Tar is like a solid choice. I'm definitely choosing T-Tar within my Twilight 6. T-Tar just decimates the things that it does well against. So T-Tar seems to have very comparable stats as far as attack. The defense on T-Tar is quite higher, but then the stamina is lower, so they have around the same bulk. 1759 on T-Tar, 1706 stat product on Crocodile. So I'd say this is a glacier version. Yeah.
The interesting thing is though, Crocodile does not have any double weaknesses, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So the thing is,
isn't very much.
Right. I actually think I have a sneaky suspicion that Krokorok, the middle evolution, might do very well in PvP. Because I believe it maxes out very close to 1500.
There we go. 1418 actually.
See? So, it may be another one of those Medicham. I mean, I don't know.
It really depends on the moveset it gets, but if it does get if it gets Mudshot, then it will be in contention basically, because Mudshot is just a very amazing move. You've been waiting for this community day, still lacking a good great league that laid all Gardevoir. Yeah, I think this one is definitely one people have been looking for, and they have shiny forms, by the way, both top tier shiny forms. So annoyed that you have a SmackDown T-Tar in the Great League and then the CP rework screwed you. Oh no.
Oh no. Hey, I don't know how, but I muted myself. When was the last time you guys heard me talk?
You were
for
comparing...
T-Tar, maybe?
We were talking about T-Tar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just saying that Crocodile is going to be relevant in some meta just because it has a unique typing. So like if you allow ground type, but you don't allow dark types for some reason, so like maybe dark typing is relevant in a psychic centric meta, and Crocodile suddenly becomes really relevant. Anytime you have a unique subtype, dual typing, it has potential. I'm trying to look up movesets for Crocodile.
Ooh, I can help you with that.
Alright. It seems to have... I mean, all of these guys have Bite, and Bite is just such a terrible move.
Ooh,
As
doesn't-
far
it doesn't have Mud
as...
Slap, unfortunately. It does have.
It
can
does
learn
have Mud...
Smackdown. Wait a second. It
Oh,
can learn
no.
Counter by breeding.
Oh. Aqua Tail for Move Tutor.
Wow.
Earth Power, it's a solid move.
Do you have a nickname for our little Swaddle friend here?
Let me look at that real quick. Waddle. Can you pull it up so I can have a image of the little guy?
Yeah. I can bring you the family as well. So that's Swaddle. And it evolves into Swaddloon.
Oh dear.
It's beautiful.
It looks like an evil villain just prior to. You know what I'm saying? Like it has like a little cape thing going on in the background.
If you were talking about an unimpressed emote, a Pokemon for an emote, I think Swadloon's face is quite on the top tier.
Nah, man.
I think that's what Tristan looks like.
Yeah,
in real
that's
life,
kind
though.
of how I unimpressed Tristan face to look like.
Oh man, that's funny. All right. What's the next one after Swadloon?
After Swadloon, it becomes that standing leaf-looking thing.
Okay.
My head is suddenly blanking on his name. And I had it earlier too. Dang it.
Oh, the final evolution is Levani.
Leavani, thank you very much. There we go. Yeah, I think it's quite safe to say that any CP remake now would be a big problem. So
how many characters do we have? Does Count Leaf fit in there?
I think so. You know what? That's a nice name. I like it. Count Leaf.
Because it's got that little like Count Dracula thing going back.
Vampire looking thing.
A little collar.
It's beautiful. Yeah, Count Leaf is perfect. It fits right in.
I remember watching the anime, and Levani kind of reminded me a little bit of Lopunny, just the way it interacted and moved around.
I think Lopunny is on a different level, but okay.
I agree.
A bit off topic, but has anyone tested Gabite in Great League? Would think that spam would
no.
I have in double weakness to ice.
How about we pull up its stat real quick, right? So Gabite's stat in reference to the Gen 5's Dragon Pokemon by the name of what's his name? Pre-evolution of Haxorus. What's he called?
I don't know, but my story with Gabite, Gibble is its pre-evolution, right?
Yes.
So I don't actually have Gibble registered in my decks, but I do have Gabite, and I have like a little story.
Tell us.
On how I got. So like I was in Toronto, for just a work trip, an overnight actually, and I was visiting during Lapras Day. And I met up with King, and we saw a shadow for Gabite in the nearby.
So you caught it with King?
Yeah, so we both registered that dex entry Gabite.
Wow.
I don't know if he had a Gibble or not, but I know I still don't have it, so.
Did you nickname it King?
I don't know if I even nicknamed it, because I was walking it for a little while. And so sometimes I use my Discord tag as a nickname.
Oh yeah.
But but it's kind of cool. I was just hanging out with King, and we both caught that dex entry together, the Gabite, before even having a Gibble.
I was pulling Gabite to Fracture. If you look on screen right now, so that's the dragon family, the pseudo dragon looking thing for Gen 5. And I forgot that Gabite actually has a second typing in the ground type, which makes it pretty unique in that sense. Fracture looks a lot more attack weighted though. But maybe Druddigon. Let's take a look. We have another dragon in Gen 5 that does not evolve in the form of Druddigon. So you can take a look at the design here. It's pretty cool. Slightly bulkier, I guess. Ooh, check this out. I have to say, like, Gen 5 gets a lot of slack for some bad designs, but there are some pretty cool designs in the bug. We have not talked about Amoonguss Dragon Master Lance. Whenever we get to that topic, though, you can bet that we're gonna go deep on that guy. He's awesome in the main series PvP. But Venipede, so he's gonna be like the Weedle of the generation, the bug poison type. So Venipede evolves into, I think the final version is Scullypede. So it's gonna be bug poison, kind of like Beedrill, who's been, from nowhere, right? Like your Gen 1, Route 1 bug Pokemon actually being good in PvP. Beedrill is actually amazing in Pokemon Go PvP. I'm not sure exactly. You don't think so?
Okay, but yeah. I mean, he's pretty good. But
yeah, he's got some good matchup against the
amazing.
It's okay. And then Scullypede is a little more attack weighted, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to compete in that sense. Let's put the two side by side. So what do you think about Venipede and its final evolution, Scullypede, AJ? How do you like the design of it?
Alright, let's see it real quick, because I was pulling up my Gabai while you guys were talking, which, by the way, happens to be attack, 15 attack on it, so, Scullypede, so it looks like it's got, like 2 horns. It's like a centipede, red centipede thing going on.
Yeah.
I like Beedrill. I'm also kind of like a Gen 1er fanboy, so...
Hey, man, he's at least admitting it, No shame in that. If you're a shameless Gen 1er, you just wear the badge.
Yeah. Gen 1 is where it's at, but also, Beedrill seems to have more favorable stats for PvP Great League.
Slightly.
Just looking at this.
Slightly, yeah.
But barely, it's like 60 more stat product or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Depends on the moveset too, I guess. It really depends on if Scullypede can stand out compared to Beedrill with its moveset.
Yeah, what's interesting about Beedrill is that, you have that legacy Bug Bite move. However, Bug Bite is just not such an awesome move in PvP, so you end up wanting Poison Jab more. And so it's like anybody with a legacy Beedrill probably hasn't used it too much efficacy within any of the concentrated metas so far. But
I think I remember using Scullypede in a black and white run through, and
that's awesome.
I was thinking, doesn't it learn rollout? And I wonder how that would play into.
Oh, yeah, we don't have that kind of
normal...
move yet, huh? Where it,
yeah.
moves like Fury Swipes or Rollout, where Fury Swipes is different, I guess. Fury Swipe is a random number of times it will attack, but Rollout is, it will use the same move for over several turns, but the damage increases.
Right, so it's sort of like Power Up Punch, but you're kind of locked into that charge. And I wonder how that mechanic could potentially be added into PvP.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some interesting things coming out on the horizon, and what I'm excited about PvP is that you really have to stay up to date on the knowledge. It's such a dynamic game in Pokemon Go. Like, in the main series games, you basically learned the meta for, let's just say, Gen 3, and it didn't really change much after that until the next game come out. You would have to learn that meta, and you'd be good to go. But in Go, as soon as an update comes out, like Charm, you have to, like, get deep into, like, the Sims, talk to people, scrim things out a little bit. So that's just, like, another element of Pokemon Go PvP that you really have to stay up to speed on all the new moves coming out and all of the rebalances. There's some interesting topic earlier about, like, CP rework. I don't think that's in the cards for PvP, mainly because, like, man, how awful would it be if, like, you've invested to 60 plus Mon that are, like, almost at 1500 or right at it, and then, like, a simple CP reroll causes them to go to, like, 1501, 1503, and they become useless for PvP. I don't think a CP reroll is in the works, but I definitely think that more moves will be added. That's just looking at the trends here.
I think they
it's
made
just
a
matter
huge
of time.
CP reroll right before PvP was announced and dropped.
Mhm.
That probably was their last shot in balancing the PvP calculations.
Yeah. There's just so many things that could happen to PvP. Moves being introduced. Like right now, ProTune Pav was mentioning like a normal type move. Like right now, the best normal type move, fast move, is Quick Attack, and it's kind of average. But if like we had a hard hitting normal type move, it'd be almost unresisted by lots of the meta. Just doing that neutral damage with some kind of like hard hitting normal type move or some fast charging normal type move, it would be really nice.
Yeah, because at the moment we don't have any like true normal types. The reason why like Vigoroth is good is because of its counter. It's not because of, and I guess Body Slam, but we don't have a Pokemon who is known for a fast attack yet. And that would be interesting to see. So
yeah, I mean, Alolan Raticate used Quick Attack a lot in Nightmare, I believe, for the first run of Nightmare anyway. And Nightmare, Alolan Raticate was really nice because it got to that Hyper Fang pretty quickly. It got to Crunch pretty quickly, but at the same time, like Quick Attack isn't really doing like a lot of heavy lifting. You're just really relying on those charge moves to do a lot of damage.
Yeah. So I think we had some amazing conversations tonight. What do you think, AJ? We're coming close to the 2-hour mark. I think we managed to beat one gym leader. I'm in the middle of trying to catch Team Plasma, who interrupted the end of our gym battle by damaging the Dragonite in the archaeologist display. So
how dare they?
I know, right? But I think we're hitting a nice spot where I'm going to maybe switch over to our Patreon page now. I'm going to have to do some grinding in between streams so that we our levels are on par with the meta, with the field.
Sure.
But
yeah, before you just get into this, I'd like to thank everybody just tuning in for all the great questions. It definitely helps. Filling in the information. There's just been so many cool updates within the last 12 hours relating to PvP. Just another shout out to King for getting invited to that World Championship in DC. That'll just be awesome to watch him perform and represent our community. We're really excited for him. We definitely have a lot of content coming up. Mirror Cup has thrown us for a loop. We had some like ideas on how to plan it all out, and then Self kind of announced like this really different kind of meta. So our Boulder meta-analysis is coming up soon. Twilight meta-analysis is coming up soon. And we'll just have plenty of content with the podcast, live stream, and it's all thanks to you guys for just tuning in and listening, and it's also thanks to our patrons. So I'll let Qwertz talk a little bit more about that.
Yep, so patrons, a lot of cool features. We always promise a lot of cool stuff coming up, but this time we actually have a very tangible feature for them to use in the community day commands and for Eevee and its various evolutions. So if you guys missed out earlier, if you are part of the Patreon, even at the $1 value level, you get access to special commands. Using exclamation mark CD will update for each month for the community days, so that you get a fast access to the best IVs for the community day Pokemons. And exclamation mark Eevee, a command for Eevee, where you can see the IV rank for all its evolution. So yeah, we're going to close it out here by throwing a raid out to Hypnotic Milotic. I'm pretty sure that they are not a spoofer. We do not support spoofers, by the way.
Are you sure?
Very
Because
sure.
I'm kind of getting used to it. I think it's like a good precedent to set.
It happened once, guys.
AJ has clearly drank too much.
Oh man, we're never gonna let you live this down.
I can imagine. And Kobe, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. This is we're gonna come back to Unova soon, but now that we're finally moving into August, we're gonna try and ramp up some Mirror Cup discussions, and we're gonna roll out our new team review system, which I think will be in the form of a Google form, so that we can have faster processing for all the teams.
Yep.
And we'll announce that very soon. Yes, Honda.
One quick thing before we go. Many of you may have seen that we are producing the Ultimate Showdown on East and West Coast. And no spoilers, but I have to go to bed because I have to get up really early tomorrow to announce some very big news for Go Stadium. So stay tuned.
Yes, so
keep in tune to our Twitter.
Follow the Go Stadium Twitter for a very interesting announcement for our Ultimate Showdown, which is a East Coast at the moment, East Coast and West Coast tournament in the US, where we're going to feature all 8 tournaments in one stream, Seattle and Philly, and that we might have some cool developments coming up very soon. So sending the raid over to Hypnotic Milotic, we'll have the countdown. Once we send you guys over there, stream is going to end, and we'll be back for either tomorrow or the day after to talk about the Boulder Cup meta, which you guys can be on the lookout for the article on Reddit very soon, and then some discussions and battles. So have a good night, everyone. Thanks again for joining for this on the stream, and we'll see you guys next time.